Tom Aspinall fight news incoming. Not really, but maybe. So Tom Aspinall posted this to his Instagram saying heavyweight news coming soon. With a wee video here. 28th of May 2025. So instantly, I'm thinking finally, we're going to get Tom Aspinall versus John Jones. This is it. This is why Tom Aspinall has been so silent since John Jones put out that tweet saying, I told the UFC my plans. I don't know why they haven't told you my plans yet, for those who remember that tweet. So I'm sitting there instantly thinking, Tom Aspinall didn't really mention anything to that. There's been a bit of back and forth now. You've even had John Jones doing his best Conor McGregor impression whenever Tom Aspinall put up a tweet and John Jones commented underneath it saying, shut your mouth and do what you're told. So John Jones took a bit of inspo from McGregor, finally responded to Tom Aspinall. I'm thinking, right, this is it. It's all lining up nicely. Get this video. I'm like, it's guaranteed to go down. And then this. Thomas says, the UFC announced my fights, not me. So what's this news? Huh? What's the heavyweight news, Thomas? I need a comment in this video right now. What's the heavyweight news, Thomas? Because I tell you one thing for free. It better not be, alright guys, I'm here with Eddie Hall and we're going to be doing a 0% to 100% leg kick challenge. Because I mean it. It better not be that. Because I don't know how many more times I can watch Tom Aspinall do filter videos. Yeah, I'm shaking because this guy's nearly been out of the cage for a year. He's one of the most entertaining fighters to watch in the UFC today. What heavyweight news can be announced? If it's not John Jones, it needs to be Ciryl Gane, Tom Aspinall being announced on the 28th. Tomorrow, to be exact, is when this needs to be announced. Because I can't cope with another vlog, another filter challenge, another collab with Eddie Hall, another collab with Tommy Fury. The UFC need to get this guy a fight. And if it isn't news of a fight, what the fuck can Thomas be announcing that anyone, no offense to him, is going to give a shit about? We want to see him fight. And I know he wants to fight as well. And the whole scenario with him and John Jones is so crazy because Tom Aspinall has literally said, I want to fight for Undisputed. I want to be Undisputed Heavyweight Champion. It's not as if Tom is saying, I'm not fighting unless it's John Jones. I won't be fighting unless it's John Jones. He's not saying that. He's willing to fight, but the UFC just aren't willing to make the matchup. It's fucking insane. He also tweeted out this as well, saying, sorry guys, I'm fighting for a new belt, interim of the interim BMF UFC heavyweight title, living my best life. Look, Thomas, let's get serious now. Yeah, let's stop with the jokes. Let's stop with the wee joke with a jag. Let's call out John Jones, yeah? Let's get serious. Let's get malicious with these call-outs, yeah? Because we need to see this fight. Being nice to John Jones has got you nowhere. In fact, it's actually hindered your career. That is literally what John Jones has done here. He has literally, and the UFC have facilitated this. Tom Aspinall is one of the most entertaining fighters the UFC have today. He's got a massive following, especially from the UK and European MMA scene, which are like cult-like followings some of these fighters can get with some fighters, with some of the crowds over here. Tom Aspinall has a massive, massive following. But the UFC are facilitating John Jones ruining this guy's career. Like, the UFC are sacrificing a future star that they can make money off for an old star that has one fight left. And if we're being honest, that's what John Jones has. If he ever comes back to fight, he's got one fight left. That's literally it. They are sacrificing the future of the heavyweight division, a future star for John Jones. And like, is John Jones even that big of a star? Seriously, like, who is really like, I can't miss a John Jones fight? Name me the last entertaining John Jones fight. Tell me when the last entertaining John Jones fight was. In the UK for UFC 309, they were charging £20 to buy that pay-per-view. Ain't gonna happen, Sway. I didn't even stay up for that card because it was ass anyway. But £20, let alone the $100 price point in America. Not one John Jones fight, maybe the first one with Alexander Gustafsson, is worth that price. I'd maybe pay 20 quid to have watched that. Him versus Stipe, never worth £20. And like, it's not as if John Jones is this big, massive, like, finisher either. Yes, he submitted Cyril Gane. Is there much to really go off? Was that exciting? Was it exciting? I don't think so. Anytime Tom Aspinall is in the cage, it is must see. This guy has the shortest fight time in UFC history. He is absolutely starching people. And also, the guy carries himself really well as well, if you know what I mean. Like, I could see Tom Aspinall being like an Anthony Joshua of the UFC. Now, what I mean by that is a devastating puncher with a lot of finishes that has a good core fan base, but is very, like, family friendly. Like, AJ's never really swearing. Tom Aspinall's never really swearing. They're never really getting at their opponents. Very promotable guys. Like, Tom Aspinall is very down to earth. A lot of people, I'm sure, can, like, resonate with him. You know what I mean? He just seems like a normal guy. Future star. Mega star for the UFC. But yet, we're allowing this shit. Now, I made a TikTok of this, made a YouTube short. People are telling me this is AI generated. Does this look AI generated? John Jones, a 40-year-old father of two, I believe, is being manhandled by a group of men in a swimming pool in Thailand. So when John Jones is saying, I'm out here living my best life, this is what he means. He's being like, yeah? Now, we've seen the fruity behaviour of John Jones in Thailand. The bike video. This video. How reckless he's moving with Hasbulla. Seen a video of Hasbulla trying to choke out John Jones. John Jones definitely had a half chub when Hasbulla was trying to choke him out. This is what the heavyweight champions do. Yeah? Being thrown around by a bunch of men in a swimming pool instead of fighting. This is what's going on. This is what's going on here. This is in Dana White's words, the pound for pound #1 kid. This is the heavyweight champion right now. John Jones' reign in the heavyweight division. John Jones' heavyweight champion is the worst champion in UFC history. That's facts. He is the worst champion ever to grace the UFC. Absolute dog shit champion. How you've stripped Islam Makhachev of the belt, which I actually agree with, by the way. I agree with stripping Islam of the belt. But you don't strip John Jones of the title. Even when he's literally said, I don't care if they strip me of the belt, but yet you're keeping the belt on him. It doesn't make sense. It's not adding up. Also, have we ever seen this before? A petition, 86,000 signatures now for John Jones to be stripped of the heavyweight title. I don't think we've ever seen this before in MMA. 86,000 people have signed this. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but it says Daniel Cormier is one of those people that have signed it. Now, I did see one the other day that said Dan Hooker had signed it as well. I don't know how true they are. If it is the actual Daniel Cormier and the actual Dan Hooker, that's fucking hilarious. I don't think this will really do anything. Like, I don't think... If the UFC haven't stripped him now, I don't think a petition to strip him is going to have John Jones lose his title. I don't think the UFC are going to do that. But this whole Tom Aspinall, John Jones situation is fucking insane. It should have been done. The first fight should have already taken place. And we should maybe, if John Jones is staying around, be talking about their rematch right now. We should have already seen fight #1. It's crazy. Like, what? It's such a mishandled position from the UFC. And then I'm like, is John Jones keeping the UFC in limbo? Or the UFC going to John Jones being like, right, are you going to fight or not? And John Jones is like, I don't know, I'm living my best life. And then they're like, right, well then we're going to do Cyril Gane, Tom Aspinall. And then he's going, well, if you do that matchup, I'm definitely not fighting. So then they're like, Okay, so there's a chance you're going to fight. Right, well then we'll keep Tom Aspinall on the sidelines here and wait. But the amount of times Tom Aspinall's been interviewed about it, asked about it, he says, this week or end of this week or end of today we're going to know, and nothing. But this better not be a fucking collab with Eddie Hall. Or like, sponsored by fucking Gym Kings or some shit like that. This better be a fight announcement. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. See you again in the next one.